Hey everyone, welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. We are back in East Vineland, New Jersey at Kubota Farm. And hoping everyone is having a good week. It's Thursday, we're in the home stretch for the big weekend. Tonight is Throwback Thursday. If you have a chance, check out the episode. We had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun making it. Yeah. But let's talk about Kubota Farm since we're here. So, I'm going to do something, I was giving it some thought. Our typical MO, modus operandi, is I got to stop trying to be fancy because it's not good. Mow this lawn, mow the lawn here, bale it up, wrap it, make some silage, let it ferment, throw it over there in our bale barn, call it a day. But I think this is what, our third cutting on this? I think it's our third cutting. The first, yeah, it is our third cutting, I think, because last cutting we used that Anderson bale sausage maker thing. And I thought, you know what? I was thinking forage wagon, and I thought, well, that's not really going to help us because if we pick up with the forage wagon, we still have to ferment the grass. We don't have a bunker silo. So I thought we have some money. We bought a field, so we got that out of the way. I thought, why not put down a bunker silo? I think the farm needs one. Then I was looking around at different places to put it, and it doesn't really make sense. I mean, we could put it up here. I actually considered that, but it's kind of out of the way right. Well, we can always add one over here if we want to. And really, we're making silage for one reason, and that's to sell. We don't have cows yet. The sheep don't need it. The pigs don't need it. It's just good for the bank, right? Money in the bank. So I started thinking, could we, we can bud it here. We can do this and that. But I thought this actually is not a bad spot right here. And it seems a little odd to me. I looked over here and I'd have to do a lot of flattening right here because this bunker silo sticks out like a sore thumb. There's a nice hill right here. And maybe we could flatten it. Maybe we could use some of the new field we bought. You know what I'm saying? There's different ways we can utilize this. But if we're going to use it for its intended purposes right now, for primarily this field right here, and even if we extend it someday and do some more grass on some more fields, I didn't think this was too bad of a location for, a bunker silo right now. So let's do it. Why not? I've made worse mistakes in Farming Simulator. My question to you all is this. Why is the price changing as I move the bunker around? I don't get that. Is that something obvious that I'm missing? Because the bunker silo is $25,000. And why is the price changing $25,000, $37, $33? You know what I'm saying? I don't get that. All right. Well, let's plunk her down. We'll try to leave a little bit of room here. We can see where the grass has been mowed, where my course play course is. I think it'll be out of the way here. We can still get around to our sheep to feed them. So I think we should spend some cash and place this bad boy here. I think that'll work. Now, the one thing I kind of like doing when I place stuff is I kind of like, well, I try to make it look a little bit at home. And man, there's a lot of selections of gravel and stuff here. But what I kind of want to do is match this gravel here. I don't like the square. I prefer the round. And we're just going to kind of make it kind of a, a place for it to kind of make a nice deal like that kind of thing. I will take all the grass out of this. Sometimes I leave a little bit more what do you want to call it? Dirt and stuff. And in fact, I always like adding a little bit of animal mud to it. It just seems like it adds a nice, you know, little touch to it. Let's go ground level and take a look at what we have. See, something like that I think will work. We could actually round this corner off even more right here if we wanted to. But I think that looks reasonably well. Let's go back in here. And we'll go back into painting. I'm actually thinking we might as well round that off a little bit more while we're here. It kind of just looks a little abrupt, you know? Doesn't have to be perfect. I don't like perfect when it comes to this stuff because it looks a little less natural. So I kind of like it to be a little dirty or a little bit worn. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I think these white spots must be from... Are they from the bunker silo? I'm not really sure. Yeah, that'll work for me. Then we got to take care of this over here. On this side over here, this does not look quite right, just having grass butt right up there. So we're just going to change that as well. You know, I've learned too that I get overly picky and just put way too much like thought or effort into it, and I just get too picky and it ends up not being worth it. So I just kind of go for it. There was a texture though that I tried out that I liked. I don't think it's this. Oh, it is this texture. It's just that cement underlying stuff there. That must be from the bunker silo? Yeah, it is. It looks like it's from the cement from the bunker silo, I think. We can actually make this a little easier on ourselves. And I was thinking about just drawing it out, you know, a little bit like this out here. Kind of bringing it out to there. Kind of thing. Something along those lines. And then animal mud. Just get some animal mud. I like animal mud because it gives that, it kind of gives a nice look for dirt, I think. And this actually is not, so there's different kinds of animal mud on this map too, and this is not the animal mud that has that shiny, wet look to it, which is all right. Yeah, I think we can deal with that. And I think I think it'll pay off very, very quickly for us, and I think we'll get good use out of it. Just having a bunker silo there, the sheep are gonna be a little bit disturbed. That one over there is fixated on a little bit. I think they're not sure what to make of it because it just kind of came out of the ether, so I think they're kind of freaked out. But I think that'll work for us. Now, the second problem now is we don't have a forage wagon. So I probably didn't think that through exceptionally well. In fact, we don't really have anything to pick up grass and bring it over to our bunker silo. Yeah, I've got bale spikes. I've got 2 sets of bale spikes. I didn't know that. I thought we had a pallet fork somewhere. Maybe we do. Anyways, we need to figure out a way to transfer grass to bunker. And I really don't know of any special way to keep in line with Kubota Farm to do this. I was looking around at forage wagons, and I really couldn't find anything that was particularly fitting. It's hard to find an American or North American style forage wagon. Maybe I need to just look a little bit better. but I thought we could lease something for now and just lease it for this instead of investing a lot of money in it and use it, get the grass in the silo, which is always a challenge for me. I have no idea why. And then maybe make a better call on a forage, more permanent solution for a forage wagon in the future. If I can find something that's a little bit more. If you all know of a nice North American or American style forage wagon that would be fitting on this farm, let me know in the comments because I'd really like to find something a little bit less European. Not that they're, not good wagons. They're just very European wagons. So let's see here. So this Pottinger. Oh, that's a Stroutman, actually. That's a Pottinger. 130 horsepower, 95 horsepower, 150 horsepower. So we could probably go about this route. I mean, if we wanted to get it done a little bit quicker, I don't think this has. Do any of them have, any of the lower ones have silage additive? I don't think so. Another thing that we could eventually invest in, actually, now that I'm thinking about this, and we won't probably do it today, but we could get either something to attach to a tractor that will, you know what I'm saying? One of those forage pickup deals that you can attach to the front of a tractor that has the chute that can go into our existing trailer. We could do something like that. I think I know where one is. Right here. Like this kind of a gizmo. I think that'll do grass and whatever we need. Yep, it'll do grass and hay and stuff. So we actually could use something like this on the front end. How many horsepower does that take? It's only 90 horsepower. And we could shoot that into our existing trailer that we have. So that's a future consideration. Another consideration, of course, is to just go full bore one of these jobbers here and get the old John Deere with the proper, what's this thing right here, is it? With the proper header, and we'd be cruising for sure. That's 20,500 for that, 450,000 for the John Deere. Not a small investment at all. So I think in order to just move this along, let's just go ahead and let's lease out one of the larger wagons that we can use with our existing horsepower, which indeed is this Schuttemacher Rapide 580V. She's a beaut. But before I tick the button on that, I better make sure we have it delivered. There we go. And since we're leasing it, oh, silage additive tank. I think we should do that. I think we should. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try and take as much advantage. Adds it right there on the front, huh? All right. That's a small little tank. Yeah, but silage additive isn't cheap either. But you know what? Let's do it anyways. So let's lease this bad boy. $5,000. Do I have the lease to own mod installed? We don't want to keep this anyways. We're going to lease it. We're just going to go for it. And you got to keep in mind when you lease stuff, and if you're doing the lease to own mod, because I've been caught on this one time, you better lease it the way you want it because you can't customize a leased vehicle. And even if you're using the lease to own mod, once you lease that vehicle, you can't customize it. So make sure however you want it, you get it because you're stuck with it. If that makes sense. Then we can go into the shop and we need some silage additive. Liquid fertilizer, where's my silage additive? There it is right there. That's almost $3,000 just for silage additive. I don't think I have anything that you can get. And I don't think I've seen I don't think I've seen it in smaller quantities. I've got a couple mods. How much is, so that's 60 liters, but I don't think any of the mods I have installed. So what's the difference between this for $29.90 and this? Just the way they look. Oh, I know what the difference is. Yeah, I know what the difference is. This one, sorry, I hope I'm not making you guys sick by watching these back and forth. This one lets you buy it multiples. But yeah, I don't think I have anything that sells silage additive in less quantity, which would be nice because I don't think we need a pallet. So it is what it is. Let's just grab we'll get a pallet of silage additive and have it delivered to the shop. Thanks, Fred, for bringing that over to us. There's our silage additive. There's our forage harvester. We need one of the big boys. Let's grab the M8. We'll grab the dually to do this. Might as well. It's here. And really, all of this, there's just different ways of doing it. And if you enjoy baling and wrapping, I actually do. Then go for that. But you know what? We've just gone through. That is close enough. That's nice. Let's put some silage additive in there before I forget. How much does that hold? So that holds 10,000 liters of silage. Wait a minute. It holds 10,000 liters? No. 10 liters. That's 10.00, right? Yeah. Okay, because I was going to say, I think that pallet only had 60 liters in it. So you kind of do, I just like changing it up a little bit sometimes and not doing the same thing over and over again. And we just did a couple of pretty good size cutting, baling contracts, and it just seems like, rinse and repeat. So why not do something a little bit different? Plus, you get to watch me make a complete fool of myself once again by putting grass in a bunker silo. Because trust me, I have yet to perfect the art of putting it in nice and smooth, trying not to get myself stuck. Now this silage additive, I am not sure exactly what the details are for how much it really does add. I do know that I watched, I think it's Scroft, SCROFT. Either he did a video, or maybe he did do a video. It was either his video or Disturbed Simulations, or somebody did a video on testing the effects of silage additive. And it was definitely worth it as far as gain per cost. So I think it's a good idea. Just based on those videos that I saw. I forget if they did it on easy, normal, or hard economy. And depending on how you look at it too, this might be more or less time consuming. You could just go around with a baler that has a wrapper attached to it and just get it out of the way in one foul swoop. You still have, and either way you do it, you still have fermenting that has to take place. I think my big challenge is I am reverse backing up a trailer challenged. Excuse me. So that becomes an issue in these bunker silos because if I go in straight away, like this, now I can start dumping on this end, but if I start dumping on this end, then I'm going to get stuck continually coming in on this end. I can start dumping in the middle and work my way out. I don't know, I'm curious, what do you all do? I mean, do you just say screw it and pile it up and just go for it, or what do you do? I don't know. I don't know what the best game plan. I know on real farms they typically, I think they have more often they have closed bunkers, you know, so you kind of just have to drop off, and then they've got the bulldozers or whatever, the front loaders that are doing the rest of the work. So yeah. Man, I know. I'm feeling weird about this. I'm feeling like I'm just going to do it wrong again, and I'm going to catch myself getting stuck again. And these, some of these trailers that have turning axles are not fun to back up. We're going to start in the middle, and we're just going to go for it. And we're going to load it, and I'm just going to, you know, do what I got to do. And I always think, I always don't, like, I'm not a good judge of how much how much grass is here compared to how much it's going to fill the bunker up. I'm not a very good judge at that either. So that doesn't help, because I end up, you know, loading up one end and then there's nothing on the other end, that kind of a deal, you know. So, is what it is. So no mods today, 0. Has it been a light mod week? It feels like it really has been. I'm recording this Wednesday night, so for Thursday morning, and I looked at the mods when I got home, and I don't think there was a single mod. And it just feels like this week has been pretty light on the mods. Are we kind of seeing? I kind of feel like we've seen this before, where mods kind of trailer off before the Platinum Pack comes out, or you know, before the big edition add-on comes out, and then we'll see an uptick again with mods once the Platinum Pack is released, because I think we definitely will this time, because I think modders are going to be taking a lot of advantages of some of the added functionality that we're going to see in the game from the drag lines and winches and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see what we do see coming out. Plus Volvo becomes open season, is my understanding, for modders as well. On both the console and the PC, so there won't be any issues with that, which is kind of cool. What I don't see a lot of anymore. Oh, Brad, you got those dualies. You know, look at this. I have this entire side over here to drive, and look what I do. It's like, what? What are you doing, man? Even the sheep are like, dude. And here I was afraid of getting stuck in the bunker. Little did I think I was going to get stuck on the bunker. All right, now I'm just frustrated. Yeah, I know. Don't look, everyone. Don't look. Yeah, the sheep's yelling at me already, too. I think he just called me a cheat, is what I think that one just said. It's not very nice. They forget who feeds them. So I think once we see the Platinum Pack, I think we'll start seeing an uptick in mods. I think that's pretty common. I'm turning my wheel the wrong way. And hopefully we're not seeing, you know, a permanent downtick in mods. it seems like. Yeah, man. See, this is where my problem comes in. Is I am not good at reversing, and I think the trailers like these that have those steering axles are don't make it any better for me. Holy cow! All right, let's get this done. I'm gonna try and make it so that at least we've got a little bit of balance here. I'm not entirely sure. We're probably going to have to lease something, right, for compacting, because I don't think we have anything on the farm here that is going to work well with the compaction side of things. We'll have to check that out when we get to it. And I'm not really doing this in any particular order as far as the pickup goes. I'm just kind of whatever's nearest we're going to start with, and we'll just keep grabbing it from there. But we do get a decent amount of grass out of this field, which is kind of nice. If I can stay on the windrow. And I think this silage additive kind of lasts forever. Actually, it's... we're a quarter done already, so I guess it does kind of go through it. We'll definitely have enough additive to get done with what we want to do. But I think this is a good... if nothing else, it's just a good... something a little bit different. And I really think we needed a bunker silo. Maybe not in that location if we start expanding and we pick up a cow barn or something like that, but not super expensive. And there's some other bunker silos out there that I kind of wouldn't mind trying. There's some homemade silos that look pretty cool. There's some silos out there, you know, where you can kind of create your own shapes and stuff like that, which I think are pretty neat. We could always try something like that out as well, depending on whatever our needs are for that. So I'm curious, do any of you watch, or have you any of you watched Clarkson's Farm? I really enjoyed that series. Now, granted, it's not for the sensitive ears. There's quite a bit of foul language in it. But if you can get past that, and if you're not particularly, you know, concerned about that, it really is a good series, and I would highly recommend checking it out. It's on Amazon Prime. Of course, Jeremy Clarkson being, you know, star from Top Gear in the UK, and they also did the Grand Tour, which was a show that Amazon produced. They've done a bunch of, you know, car road trip specials. Him and May, what is it? May and who's the short guy? Man, I forget his name now. But yeah, he legit starts a farm, and he does not know anything about farming, and he does, you know, obviously, you know, it's one of those things where, you know, some things are a little bit set up. I mean, let's be real. But if you can get past that, sometimes sense of, you know, what do they call it? Real TV or whatever, you know, kind of nonsense. It really is a fun series to watch, and, you know, to watch the ups and downs, and just to see him learning farming, and it's also interesting to see the differences. I'll tell you what, the UK has a lot of, I guess maybe I don't know how to compare it because I've never been a farmer, so, but based on what my understanding is, regulations are crazy. And of course, if you're familiar with Jeremy Clarkson, government regulations are not exactly his his favorite thing. So yeah, he hires a couple people, hires this younger kid who's, I guess, a farmhand around the county or something, and he's pretty funny, and chaos ensues sometimes and things, and of course Jeremy's does some stupid things, but it's a fun thing to watch. It really is a fun series to watch. Like I said, if you don't mind watching me, in fact, this is Clarkson's farm. Watching him reverse is very much like watching me reversing this trailer right now. I'm almost to the point where it would be easier to hook the trailer onto the front of the tractor and push it into the bunker. Trust me, I've done that before. Not proud of it, but I've done it. How we looking for? Yeah, we've got a lot of grass. I may have underestimated. Well, we'll fill up. We'll just fill it, and if we really have to, we can put some grass in our bale barn over there if we really have to. Maybe this silage additive is doing a little bit better job than I gave it credit for. I don't know. I honestly was not expecting to even have that much in that bunker yet. But it's the smallest bunker in the game, so eh. Kind of relaxing, just getting her done. We could set some grass aside, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. You know, it wouldn't really hurt to set some grass aside for the sheep, because we did use quite a bit of grass feeding them last time. So maybe maybe we wouldn't be that bad off with just keeping some grass around. But we've got, if we get that desperate, we've got plenty of areas. We've got that whole front yard over there that we can mow and get up for the sheep if we really need to. So we're far from desperate for grass, I think, at this point. And this Kubota is handling this trailer with zero issues at all, which is really nice. Let's swing back around. I think I could maybe get... I don't want to go off the reservation here. I kind of like leaving some space at the end like that, because you know when you compact it, it's going to push out the ends. So let me see if I can get... Let's see how we can set this in here and see if we can't get this a little bit going on here. And I'm just going to apologize right up front for my reversing incompetence. I'll tell you who's good at reversing, at least I think, Daggerwin. I don't regularly watch his videos. I used to, but he seems like he's got reversing down hardcore. Very impressive indeed. I'm watching that trailer bounce around. That's right. Just take it. Take it all in. I got to start stuffing this thing a little bit more. We're going to... run out of juice. I used a like a bulldozer thing over on Buchern. If you all watched that series, it's super cheap. It was like in total for the blade and the bulldozer is like next to nothing. And that thing really did a nice job with that bunker silos over on Buchern. Unfortunately, it's, you know, it's very Russian looking or Ukrainian or, you know, that neck of the woods, Eastern European looking. At least it is to me, and it really doesn't, not super fitting for this farm, but I would imagine it comes in a variety of colors, one of them being orange. So I might take another look at that bad boy and bring it into this one. I wanted to use it some more because I really, really liked it. So maybe we will take a closer look at that thing. And it's just so cheap, and it did a great job on that bunker silo. It's hard to beat the, you know, bang for the buck. It's hard to beat, no doubt. Let's get this other scrap coming back downhill right here. And then we'll grab this lot over here. See if we can't get I don't know, what's our trailers full? So this thing's holding what, like 30,000, over 30,000? 32, 33,000 liters? Oh, no, it's more than that, 35 maybe? How much more do we have? Not a lot more, actually. So we might be in pretty good shape. I might try starting to tailor it off a little bit on this end, so we've got some way of getting into this bunker relatively easy for compaction. No, gonna cut that corner again too much, Brad. It's hard once this trailer goes squirrely on you. It's hard to get her straightened out. All right. Put her in reverse. I'm sorry, forward before I start dumping. Let's see if we can maybe make for a little bit smoother transition on this end. Unless I'm underestimating how much grass we have left. So, man, these windrows look pretty thick though, don't they? Are we getting more grass out of this one than we did the last one? I'm not entirely sure. Kind of feels like we are, but we did pretty well on the last one as far as silage went, so maybe we're, you know, maybe we're doing pretty good. All right, everyone. Well, looking at the time, it has flown by. I am going to say this is, we'll leave it here for this episode of Kubota Farm. I will finish up with the rest of this, grass and get into our bunker silo. And the next time we are here in East Vineland, which is Friday, yeah, Friday, we should have a nice, decent, full bunker of fermenting grass. And we'll see what kind of contracts or what other mischief we can get into. So thanks everyone for joining me again. I really do appreciate it. You all take care of yourselves. More importantly, take care of each other. And thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Oh, and see you tonight at the Old Family Farm. Bye for now.